Texas Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Card Part Saturday, they're riding with you. Best card show in the country, it's true. So saddle up and listen, find out what you've been missing. You can be a card part too.
Yeehaw! It's time for another star-studded, info-packed edition of the True Sports Card Show. Some shows with special content may include fewer cards. Today, we take a look at the big money sale of a former Kings rookie jersey. We'll update you on the upcoming Sacramento Autograph Expos, now just weeks away. And we'll take a peek at a brand new form of sports collectibles. So let's get started by wheeling out our heavy hitter. He joins us today from far away. Didn't want to hang out with me today. He's been into cards since he was a pup. His fans always shouting, "Hey, card guy, shut up." It's Emery Pilati.
Hey, card guy, shut up and just talk about cards, you idiot.
What's up?
Can you guys hear me okay?
We can hear you. It's a little scratchy, a little faint.
That's my voice.
There we go. Where the heck are you?
I'm in Fairfield, California.
Heard of it?
I'm at a Starbucks because I'm supposed to be at a card show. But as we'll talk about shortly, Wi-Fi at a card show is of utmost importance to promoters, and in this case, it wasn't really focused. So, as you know, before we started the show today, I was scrambling trying to figure out if I was able to actually get on this show with spotty Wi-Fi. So, with that not being said, I was hauling my butt all over the place looking for a Starbucks or somewhere that I could tap into Wi-Fi. So, shout out to Starbucks in Fairfield. This radio show is brought to you by Starbucks Free Wi-Fi.
So it's Whitey and Spotty today. Yeah, Whitey and Spotty.
That's my nickname, Spotty. Yes. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us on today's show.
Would you?
I'll head to the card show right after this. So I stayed the night last night to avoid all this. I stayed in Fairfield so that way I could be set up and ready to go, and then. We're located, if you're going to the Fairfield Card Show, we're located in the back next to the broken bathrooms. So, yeah, it's going well so far this morning.
Mm-hmm. Where in Fairfield?
Deals to be had.
Yeah, where in Fairfield is the card show?
It is in the Solano Town Center, and it is in the old Best Buy. So Best Buy went out of business. They use it like it's a Spirit Halloween store. And we decided to join in. And we don't do many shows anymore as far as actual card shows that we attend and set up. But this is a buddy of ours. His name is Dion. Dion puts on these shows. The Card Addict is the name of his company. Card Addict shows. I'm a big supporter of Dion. I love him. He's a great guy. Owns a card shop here in Fairfield. And just always want to support people to support us. So we're set up today. It's me, DJ, and Ethan. Guys back home. We've got AJ and we've got Donovan holding down the fort back home.
Would you
and
like?
Then I'll be here tomorrow by myself.
Again. So. Would you like to hear some actual like news before we get into card stuff? Some basketball breaking news and today's biggest Kings rumor.
I heard about the Paul George thing, so if you want to announce that, that's fine. And if there's other stuff that I don't know about, I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, Paul George suspended 25 games by the NBA for violation of their drug policy, and he said, "Yeah, I took some I shouldn't have taken." So he's not denying it. So Paul George suspended for 25 games. And today's latest Kings trade/report/rumor from Michael Scotto says sources: the Cavaliers and Kings have discussed a framework that would send DeAndre Hunter to Sacramento for Keon Ellis, Dennis Schroeder, and Dario Saric. So we'll keep an eye on that.
How do we do that? I will drive those three guys to the airport right now. I like DeAndre Hunter. He is a good player. After he left, I believe, Atlanta through that trade, he really stepped up near the mid to end of last year, averaging between 15 and 18 points a game. I like DeAndre Hunter. If I'm not mistaken, top of my head, he's maybe 6'7", 6'8". And not only that, but you're condensing the roster down. You're taking three parts for one part, and that's going to condense that roster and maybe free up some time for people to play. I think it's pretty far gone conclusion that Keon's gone. We just need to figure out where he's going and what we would get for him. I don't know if it's good fit or not, but when you're 12 and 87, you'll take anything at this point.
Yeah, DeAndre Hunter, you're right. He's 6'7". He's 28, so it's...
Oh, he's older. Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't expect him to be that old.
It's a little unclear how he would fit in exactly. It's possible that the Kings would get him thinking we really are getting him to trade him, but we could trade him in the offseason. So, again, this
But
supposedly
it's
is
also to
something...
get off a shooter's contract, probably.
Yeah,
as well,
something
'cause you
they've
got
talked about. So we'll see with the deadline coming up Thursday. But we had heard that the Cavs had some interest in Keon, but DeAndre Hunter to the Kings is a new one. So we'll see if it goes anywhere.
Hey, no doubt you'll be talking about it all week long, Whitey.
You hope so.
Well, we've got till the 5th until the deadline, so
Thursday.
You've got another so you got another almost full week of conversation, and then you're going to talk on Friday about what the Kings did do. So that's going to be another fun packed week behind it. Do you think a trade happens before we start talking about cards?
Yes, I think Keon's almost certainly gone. Other than that, just depends what they can attach to that. That might be the biggest thing. The Sabonis to Toronto thing, it just doesn't quite add up to me. I know they've been talking. So, again, keep an eye on it, but I don't think he's going anywhere.
Whether it's Scott Perry or it was Monty, mid-season trades for the Kings have not gone well, right? It seems panicky, and I would really love to know where the Kings sit with their draft pick and where they end up being, because then you could package that into maybe a monster deal. Right? Imagine Sabonis and a number 3 pick. Or I don't know if that's something that we would ever do, but we are the Sacramento Kings. You just never know.
Boy, if they traded if they got the 3 pick and traded it, as you said, it's the Sacramento Kings.
If a Giannis or somebody like that was on the table, you take the known quantity. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know. Too early.
One thing I would never trade away is tickets to the spring edition of the Sacramento Autograph Expo.
Your segue game is on point.
I'm just spitting facts. I'm just speaking the truth here.
True.
Yeah.
You never want to give up the tickets to the February 21st show at the fairgrounds in Roseville because you've got 5 really fun guys that you can meet and get to know. We've got Fat Lever, former Kings personnel staff member and Mr. Original Triple Double after all of those triple doubles that he did as a Denver Nugget. We got Scott Spezio, former A's and former Angels player that some people have some hard times with in regards to what he did to the Giants during that those World Series. And then we've got Steve Sachs, hometown hero Steve Sachs. We have Kevin Mitchell, who, by the way, is getting a lot of love. We got a lot of people buying tickets for Kevin Mitchell.
Good.
And then finally, Doc Goodman, who people are really excited to come and meet. And I was talking to Doc.
Oh, sounds like we lost Emran.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Let's go take a look and see.
Yeah. So we lost Emran Pilati, but he was just...
No, we actually lost us on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's an us issue. We'll get back.
Okay. So we don't have Emran on the air, and we're not on YouTube. Okay. So we roll on here. Our apologies here. We are on the air, correct?
Yes.
We are
still on the air.
Yeah. So Emran was just telling us here about the upcoming Sacramento Autograph Expo. As he said, Doc Gooden. I think he might have called him Doc Goodman. I don't know if he did. If he did, that might be why we got knocked off the air. Dwight Gooden, Scott Spezio, Steve Sachs, Kevin Mitchell, and some more surprises and fun to come. That's on February the 21st. Emran is joining us today, or he was joining us today from Fairfield. He's doing a card show there, so we'll be talking to him as quickly as we can get him back here with us. One thing we did want to touch on today, and I know this is something that we talked about on the Drive Guys this week, Jason Williams. I know he's no stranger to fans of the True Sports Card Show and True Sports Cards, and to Kings fans certainly. Jason Williams' game-worn home white Kings jersey from the lockout-shortened 1998-99 NBA season has sold, it was announced this week, that's from his rookie year, has sold for $140,000. That's the most spent on any Jason Williams item. Authentication and photo matching company, Mike Ray. Emran, welcome back to the show. I was just talking about how Jay Will's rookie jersey sold for $140,000. That's the most spent on any Jason Williams item ever.
Nobody loved Jason.
Okay. And we've lost
Yeah.
again at this time. So our apologies there. Let's see. Authentication and photo matching company Maigret, aided by a letter from Williams' father, authenticated the jersey in 2023. The president, chief operating officer, said, "We have only photo matched one white and one black game one Jason Williams rookie season jersey. That was still the era where players had one or two jerseys a season, and a rookie jersey is about as good as it gets in the game one hobby." The interesting thing here is that Jay Will himself was shocked when he found out that one of his jerseys had sold for $140,000. It's crazy to me, he said, the prices on merchandise, cards, things like that. But it's pretty cool that somebody's got that kind of money to spend on my raggedy-ass jersey. I need all my teammates' numbers on that jersey, too. Without them teammates, there's no 55. I'm just thankful, brother. Jason Williams. It's funny, with the Kings probably headed to the draft lottery, we have been talking a lot. All Kings fans have been talking a lot about what they may or may not do in the lottery in the draft. Currently, the Kings sitting, I believe they're in worst place. So they would have the best shot at getting a best pick. But I think you could argue that of all the draft picks the Kings have made while they've been in Sacramento, yeah, that Jay Will, he might be, Emron joining us by phone from Fairfield. Jason Williams might be, all things considered, the most outstanding draft choice the Kings have ever made while they've been in Sacramento.
I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear me?
Wow. Yes, I can hear you fine. And I'm reading the YouTube chat. I don't know what happened. I had my pretty face on, and then all of a sudden I'm gone. What the heck's going on over there? I get it, Whitey. You want me off the air so that way people can focus on you. Totally understandable. Jay Will, yes, when he was picked number 7 in the 1998 draft, I was like, who? And which is really interesting because at that time I was living in Stockton, and I had a girlfriend by the name of Emily. We're still friends to this day. But she went to UOP, so I happened to live on campus in an apartment with her. And right next door to me was Michael Olakandi, the Candy Man. He was our next-door neighbor. He used to come over and play video games at my apartment.
Wow.
With me. So I paid attention to that draft.
Oh.
I can hear Anthony.
Oh, sorry about that. Now you should be good to go.
Okay. So can you hear me okay still?
Uh-huh.
This is fun. This is fun so far. So I paid attention to that draft a lot because, Michael Olakandi was in the draft, and it was a buddy of ours. And so when he went number 1, we were all thrilled. But then it's like, okay, cool. The Candy Man, my next-door neighbor friend who played video games with me, was drafted number 1 by the Clippers. I can't wait to see who the Kings pick. And then they were like, there's this white guy from Florida. I was like, who is this? And then they showed the highlights, and I was like, okay, pretty cool. And obviously he turned into a fan favorite, one of my favorite players of all time. And then a couple of years ago, we had Jason Williams come and sign autographs at the shop. I got him to hold Beckett. It was a really incredible experience. And to see his jersey sell for $140,000, first of all, whoa. And because we've seen, I mean, that's an incredible number to the point where I actually thought it was fake, the number that was given to him for that amount. But shout out to whoever spent $140,000.
Yeah,
I'm one of Jay Will's biggest fans. I certainly couldn't have spent that on that himself.
I think that's a reflection of what made him special. I mean, if you just looked at the basketball, it'd be hard to argue that anyone other than DeMarcus Cousins was the best draft pick. But if you look at everything, including impact on the city and culture, I mean, Jay Will's up there. He certainly wasn't. He didn't have the best career of anybody they've drafted. Page is up there too. But this, I think, speaks to just how much impact he had, and he's still remembered for being such a special and unique player. And I know he actually unwrapped one of his own cards in your store. Can it be true?
It is true. If you go to our Instagram, True Sports Cards, the scenario was Jason had signed. It was July of 2023. He had come in. We were able to ink him for the first signing in Sacramento for over 15 or 20 years. He had never done a signing in Sacramento. So he came in the night prior. He was doing the meet and greet on Saturday morning, but he came in the night before and said, hey, I know that we're going to sign a lot of things. Why don't I just start tonight? So we brought in a small group of people. It was me. We brought Beckett, and we had a small group of maybe 6 or 8 of us. And Jay Will was there, and he was enjoying himself, having a good time. he likes a nice cold Coca-Cola, and he just wants to have a good time. And just he was talking and telling all kinds of great stories. And then I said, "Have you ever opened a box before?" And he's like, "Nah." Like, ever? He goes, "No, I've never opened a box before." So I grabbed a box of Chronicles off the shelf, 2023 Chronicles, basketball, and we opened it on camera. He ripped it like a break.
Yeah.
And we show it from the time that the sealed box is open, one single shot, no hanky stuff. And so he's opening. And there's two guaranteed autographs per box. So he's going through each card. He's showing the camera. And I'm sitting next to him in the frame. And then he, underneath the table, kind of shows me the cards. And I go, "There's no way he just did this." And I look, and he's showing it to me. I go, "Oh, my goodness." So we go, "Guess who you pulled? Guess who you pulled?" They're all guessing all these big names. And I said, "Nope, biggest name that you pull." Jason shows to the camera. He pulled his own card autograph.
Yep.
And it was the last pack of it. And it's fake. It's like, no, this was real. And I think we put it on Twitter, and it got close to 500,000 views. So a pretty special thing to be able to open it with I call him my childhood hero, even though we're about 3 years apart from each other as far as age. But the memories that I have of Jay Will just doing what he did, and for such a short time, what was it, 3 seasons? I mean, to make that kind of an impact for only 3 seasons. Bald Jay Will was the one that everybody was like, this guy's really going badass now. So Bald Jay Will was the man. And then he obviously got traded. But his rookie card that people want is going to be the SP Authentic. That's his key rookie, although you can also pick up the SPX Finite. Those are both numbered cards and great Jay Will opportunities. And if you could find an SP Authentic, it has this beautiful white edging to it, and the photo is the color in the middle. That's a perfect card to get signed if you ever do a Jay Will signing.
Well, before we lost contact with you, speaking of autographs, you were telling us about the Sacramento Autograph and Sports Cards Expo, and you were just talking about Doc Gooden. So I wanted to give you a chance to go over that again, because unfortunately you were cut off right in mid-sentence.
Doc has a son, and his son plays for Sac State football. And so Doc is coming in a couple days early to come and visit with his son. But he's really excited to be in Sacramento and doing the signing with us. Not that those people aren't excited, but Doc's especially excited. And I worked with Doc many, many years ago in 2018, pre-pandemic. I did a signing with him in New Jersey and got to know him. I picked him up from his house in New Jersey. The signing was in New York. So we were in the car for 2 hours. And I asked him every question that you guys would think of, including all the questions that you think that I should ask. And he told me some stuff. I won't share with you some of the private stuff that he shared with me. But what a life this guy has lived. And he's on the road. He's been on the road to recovery. He's been clean for some time now. And it's just exciting to bring somebody like Doc Gooden to Sacramento. And I'm very happy to have him.
Well, I'm just thinking you must have had to pay him a lot, because if he spent 2 hours in a car with you and he still is willingly like, yes, I'll come out, man, good for you.
Well, think about this. Every week I spend at least an hour with you on this show, and how much I have to pay you. So,
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
There's a question that Roscoe Ryan is asking in the YouTube thing. What item would you get Doc to sign? I really love, there's a photo of him, Mike Tyson, and Darryl Strawberry. It's a pretty famous photo where Mike Tyson's doing like a right cross and hitting them, and they're all kind of joking and enjoying themselves. That's an awesome photo. But there's also a great photo that you might want where Doc is pitched a no-hitter as a Yankee, and he's on his teammate's shoulders on the field, and he's like cheering. It was like a redemption story when Doc did that no-hitter. That's a great picture. That's another one that I would get signed.
Emron, I know that he pitched in what we call the junk wax era. Nothing against him or the players. They just made a lot of cards. So let's say you had an 87 Dwight Gooden, something like that. I know they're common, but then you get that autographed. Does that then become, and you get it authenticated and everything, do then you go from like, well, it's not worth anything to, ooh, you've got a very nice collectible that has some value?
Yeah, I mean, the way I look at it, too, is if you have a unique one-of-one type item. So here's some examples of what I would consider. And just troll eBay. You can find some really cool stuff. Most recently, we had Matt Williams in our store. We did an autograph signing with Matt. and I found his first ever MLB debut ticket. And so I had him sign that. He had the date, and then I think he went 2 for 3 or 2 for 4, something like that. So I had him inscribe his batting for that day, the date that he signed, the date that he had the ticket, and then it says my MLB debut. He wrote on there and then signed it. So really cool and unique. I have a ticket that I bought on eBay from an ABA game that Rick Barry played. I think it was either his 30th or 35th birthday, and he scored 51 points on that day. So he signed the ticket from 1960, whatever that was, 70-something, whatever it was. And it says, scored 51 points on my birthday, and Rick Barry. So there's all kinds of unique stuff that you guys can get that's out there. We will have stuff like jerseys and photos and baseballs for you guys to buy when you get there. But for the most part, if you can find those unique, and they're not very expensive, these unique products. So you might want to give that a shot, see if it's something that you guys can find on eBay, knowing that you're going to be able to meet some of these players. A lot of people like the Kevin Mitchell. They're trying to buy the Kevin Mitchell ticket where he got the barehanded catch. I think it was against the Reds.
I think it was St. Louis, but I could be mistaken.
You're probably right. St. Louis. So people look for that ticket because they want to have the ticket for that game, so you can sign it. It said barehanded catch. So I've seen that. So there's all kinds of fun and unique stuff that you guys can buy. It's out there, and we'd love to have you bring it to the show.
Yeah, and the show again is February the 21st in Roseville.
One-day show.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Also, I know you have some things coming up in store. We've talked a lot about Dylan Cardwell. I don't know that we can talk about it enough. That's on March 21st. I know we're, tomorrow's the beginning of February, so we're getting there. But then you also have a JSA event in store right around that time?
Yeah, we have a JSA event. It's going to be an in-store drop-off of that day. So right behind Dylan's signing on the 23rd and 24th of March, which is going to be a Monday, Tuesday, I'm going to have JSA, James Spence Authentication, and some of their authenticators there at the store. So what we're doing is we're taking drop-offs the week leading up into it. So if you have an item that you already have signed and you'd like it to be authenticated by one of the leading authenticators in the world, JSA, you can do that. We charge whatever the retail pricing is on the website. So if you go to SpenceLOA.com, SpenceLOA.com, LOA stands for letter of authenticity, SpenceLOA.com, and you take a look and see what the pricing would be. All you have to do is type in the name of the player that you have, and it will tell you what the retail price is. That's what we would be charging. You just go ahead and drop it off, and then we'll have JSA authenticated over the course of the 23rd and 24th, and you can start to pick up your items on the 25th when we call you that it's done. So it's a great way for you to authenticate items that you've been either got signed yourself or you had somebody that you bought something from.
For those just joining us, it's a True Sports Card Show. You may be wondering, hey, where's Emran? He is at a Starbucks in Fairfield. He actually takes his guitar out there every so often and does a few songs before they throw him out. And I think that's what's going on. Did I?
You're correct. I'm trying to sell my Burn CD album right here somewhere. They're on my CDRs. Come and pick up your copy of the Card Parts. It's a two song soundtrack.
Yes.
With our intro and outros.
Yes. But Emran actually had a card store in Fairfield, and he went to the Starbucks there, and we've had a.
And if wherever you think the front and premium area is, we're not there. We're farther back. I could smell the bathroom that was available for sale. We made a big sale this morning. I sold a Joe Burrow numbered to 10 rookie autograph, BGS 9.5 with a 10 auto grade. We've already had a great morning. As soon as we get done here, and I'm not sitting in front of a Starbucks, I'll be headed back there, and I'll be there today. The guys will go home tonight, so will I, and we'll be there today and tomorrow.
I have to think that this is still a good time to jump on Sam Darnold cards. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm naive. Maybe went back for it later. It was gone. Should have gotten it then. But I got to think this is still a good time to jump on Sam Darnold's wagon before it theoretically just takes off over the
back-to-back games. It was really poor. The end of Minnesota's season. I bet you Minnesota's kicking themselves in the butt now, which sometimes when you have a strong defense, and that running game is insane. They ran all over the Niners. It's going to protect him in the sense of just don't make any mistakes and play pretty well. I don't know if he's hurt still or not. I know that he was having some issues with his ribs or something.
His oblique.
His oblique, yes. Oh, yeah. I remember pulling my oblique once when I was athletic, and you're out for a while. Like, everything hurts.
Yeah.
Like, you can't even sit up. So shout out to Darnold for really doing something different to where I think people can safely say, I want to give it a shot. If you recall last week, if we rewind last week, what did I tell you about Stidham? I said, this is not a good investment to go for it. I'm not going to do it. People still did it. Clairvoyant Emron came up and told you not to do it. So let me know how those Stidham cards are going. I'll tell you this, in my opinion, for Darnold, he's a nice, safe bet because he's clearly established himself in Seattle as the guy, and people really like him. And I want to say he's pushing almost 30. So he's kind of a finished product at this point. But from where he was priced to where he is now, it's a nice little pickup as an investment.
I have to tell you, Emrin, last week, and I think you were there, but you were doing other stuff. Maybe you weren't aware. I was up at your store after our show, and I was going through the Patriots bargain bin, and I was looking for Stidham rookie cards. At the same time, AJ, and I didn't know he was doing it, but AJ, who was working at the time for you, he had a $1 football bin. He was doing the same thing. I didn't find any, and he did. He found a really nice Stidham card. I thought about buying it to give to our guy Anthony, because remember, Anthony was a guy last week said, oh, this would be a good time to get a Stidham card. I didn't. I listened to you, and yes, once again, you proved prophetic.
Anthony, are you on the line right now? Can you hear me, Anthony?
Yeah, he's there. Yeah.
Okay. You do listen to the show, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, like, you're the producer of the show. You hear all my reasonings why, and then you still wanted to get it? I just want to make sure that you're
okay. The Stidham thing was from a fan's perspective. If I'm a Broncos fan and I see that my backup quarterback might take us to the Super Bowl, given that an ungodly amount of snow doesn't stop the football game, then I'm going to buy that card.
So if there's an ungodly amount of snow, what's not going to be happening? Throwing the football. Right? So why would you invest in a quarterback whose backup hasn't played in 3 years in the snow in a game that you know is going to be like 7-10?
Because
you want to invest in the running back.
In this situation, I'm a Broncos fan who's like, yeah, we got our Nick Foles. We're going to win. He's going to do the craziest thing ever, you know?
Yeah. Also, the ROI was potentially very promising. You could get, like I said, this was in your bargain bin, and if he'd won that game and then gone to the Super Bowl, it would have been worth risking $1 to $5.
True, low risk.
That's all. That's all.
Guess where he returned?
To a dollar bin.
To the bargain bin. There's another investment that I might make. If I was to make some investments on the two sides, I think Jackson Smith and Jigba is a great opportunity. The guy had a phenomenal year. I think that it's a lot like fantasy football. You tie in two guys together that you handcuff together. So just like you would take the quarterback and the receiver in fantasy football because you're betting on Darnold, so you're going to want to pick his best receiver. I think that a JSN investment is a good one too right now.
Yeah, my brother, the Phantom, by the way, claims to be the one who invented that strategy. He says he was the first one in fantasy football to draft a quarterback and a receiver. I don't think he was, but he claims to be the first to invent what he calls the hookup. He says, yeah, I was the first one who ever did that. I don't know, Emron. Well, I'm not buying it.
I got to tell you, he's old enough to be able to claim anything and probably be the first. Okay, so he could very well say, yes, I did it. I like that. They also talk about the handcuff of saying, I'm going to get Mahomes, and then I'm going to get Gardner Minshew, too, as the backup. In case Mahomes goes down, I have the backup as well. So that's also called a handcuff. But, hey, if Phantom said it, it's the truth. We know that for a fact.
Yeah, I should have learned. After all these years, I should know that. Speaking of your store, I understand you have some new product coming out. One we've been talking about. I'm very excited about Flagship Baseball. It's not here quite yet, but I can already order it, right?
We're getting real close. Go to truesportscards.com, search under baseball wax boxes, and you're able to pick up. We have it on pre-order right now. So what you're doing is you're buying it up front, and then you will have a box waiting for you on release day. Release day is going to be February 11th.
Oh.
So what a great Valentine's Day treat for somebody that you love by pre-ordering a box. We have it. I'm going to look right now and see what the cost is. We have it on our website. I want you to $120 something, which is a smoking deal because I believe it's going to be on our shelf on release day at about $140. So you're getting a little bit of a deal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking as we're speaking. So I'm looking for baseball wax boxes, and it's important that you know where it's at. Yep. Flagship $125 plus tax. And then we also have the Hobby Jumbo version at $245 plus tax.
Ooh.
And believe it or not, we even have a sealed case available, 12 boxes, all in one sealed case. I have one of those available at $1,595, and you're getting 12 boxes.
Nice,
so a great
nice.
chance for you to pick up a sealed case, which doesn't come around very often. All of that's available on truesportscards.com. And we have a new pre-order that's coming that I was working on it before we got on show today.
Mm-hmm.
So the newest release is going to be March 5th, and that's going to be Topps Finest Basketball. People have been waiting for this stuff forever. Everybody loves Topps Finest back in the days. It's coming back out. We're going to have it on pre-order here in just a minute. Swallow hard because it's going to be expensive, but it looks like it's going to go on shelves, retail value somewhere between $675 to $700 per box. Let me give you the breakdowns on the box. The breakdown on the box looks like I'm looking at the sell sheet right now. Let's see here. I'm trying to see how many autographs per box. 10 packs per box, 10 cards per pack. 60 cards, which is one of the funny things that people ask me. How many cards does it come with? I go, it's going to come with not very many. It looks like 2 guaranteed autographs per box, 2 base rare refractors, 8 base uncommon refractors, 1 base rare refractors, extractors, and 4 base uncommon extractors. What are you chasing? You're going to chase all kinds of cool stuff. Baseline autographs is the name of one of the things. They have something called Masters autographs, where it has all kinds of cool of the veteran Hall of Famers, and then one called Electrifying Signatures. So they have all kinds of very unique inserts in this. It's going to be on our shelf somewhere between $675 and $700, but you can get it on pre-order. I'm going to put it on pre-order here in about 2 hours, and it'll be out for $650 plus tax. I'm going to put it a little bit less, lock in, buy yours. I only have a couple cases worth. That's what I was allocated. So once they're gone at that price, they're gone at that price.
And what is the difference? What separates or makes Topps Finest unique?
Well, I think that people have been waiting for so long to have the licensed version of Finest. If you think about the last 2 years, Finest was of interest because you had Curry autos and you had Wemby autos in there, but people just don't enjoy the non-licensing standpoint. They feel like it's a lot like a Leaf product. Mm-hmm. So even though they had really great opportunities for autographs, the general public just said no, thank you, or we'll take it, but we don't see a lot of value in it. With Topps Finest now being licensed, you saw what it's done for both Flagship and Topps Chrome in the basketball world. Topps Finest, this is the first time they've come out in over a decade with licensed NBA product. It's going to be hot, and I expected to see some sort of a rise very similar to the way that Topps Chrome did. If you remember, Whitey, Topps Chrome came out right under $600 a box.
Oh, yeah.
It's on my shelf right now for $825 in less than, a month? So if I wanted to maximize every dollar I could get, I would just not put Topps Finance out for a couple of weeks and put it out there at $750 or $775 a box. But you got to give the people what they want. So let's get it into our customers' hands as soon as possible. So release date, March 5th. And, again, we'll have the pre-orders, and I expect them to sell out right away. There was a release that came out a couple of days ago called Topps Midnight. Licensed product, similar to the Midnight product that has come out before. Beautiful acetate cards, on-card autographs, etc. But this is the first time that they had a license. We sold through our entire allocation on the pre-order, and we had people come and pick it up that day. This might be the same situation with Topps Finest. So once it goes live, guys, jump all over it because I believe this will be the least expensive it'll be before it rises over the next couple of weeks.
And I know one of the things that has separated Topps Finest baseball, and I assume it applies, is a unique chromium stock and also a protective plastic film to keep surfaces in mint condition. So it's a little bit higher end, right? I mean, Topps Chrome is great.
Yes.
This is a little bit even higher end than that.
Yes, and it is. And it's always been known as that. And you'll see, just look in the past. Past performance will predict future behavior. Take a look at the Finest cards and what they were versus Topps Chrome. Topps Chrome is a great product, but people love Finest. And to have it first back with Cooper Flagg, who scored 49 freaking points the other night. I mean, talk about striking gold. When Topps first got their ability to get Wemby, they lucked out. Here they are with a gold mine. Your cover athlete is just crushing it. This is just on the box itself for Topps Finest. You have Dylan Harper on the front. But, yeah, to have Cooper Flagg, Dylan Harper, Con Knuckle, BJ Edgecombe, you've got one hell of a draft class. And, like, can you strike gold? Can you have any better of an entry into licensed product than Topps just lucked into this year?
Mm-hmm.
This is really a collector's dream to be able to have, this type of opportunity in a first-year licensed product.
Emran joining us today from Fairfield. He's got a booth at a card show. Emran, the Kings, as of right now, they are in worst place. They have the worst record in the league, which gives them the best lottery odds or ties them for the best lottery odds. So I know we've asked you this before. We have Cam Boozers on TV right now. We've got DeBonsa going against Peterson later today. Right now, if you had the first pick, who's your guy?
DeBonsa from BYU.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what you said last time. You've been pretty consistent with that so far.
Yeah, I'm looking at the way this guy plays. Let's just say that I think his floor bottom is Siakam. I think that he's that's why I always think about worst case scenario. If we ended up with the number one pick, I don't know. I know that you're a fan, if I'm not mistaken, why do you like the kid from, is it Kansas?
Yeah, Darren Peterson.
I think you'd mentioned that you liked him a lot, right?
Yeah.
You like that dog in him. I just feel like I feel like when you go to BYU, you make a choice to be in a smaller choice of schools. So you may have made some choices that were best fit for you versus going to Kansas. And, recruiting is part of it. And NIL is such a big deal nowadays. What do I get paid in order to come to your school? But when you have a guy that chooses BYU, I'm sure there was some NIL money involved in that. But he made a conscious choice to not take one of the massive schools, not a Big 12 school. So you have a guy that may be more comfortable in a smaller market. And a guy that comes in a smaller market like Sacramento might really find it to be more of a fit. And I think what people don't realize is this is not NBA 2K. People have real feelings. They have families that are involved. There's so much behind the scenes that's not on the court that becomes such a great fit or not a great fit. And you have to really look at that. I think that the kid from BYU is an incredible talent. And if the Kings end up with a top 3 pick, right, if they're in the bottom 3, 14.5% chance to get the number 1 pick, but they'll end up being one of the top 3. If you're talking about Boozer, Kansas kid, and BYU kids. Sorry that I'm calling them kids. I forget their names. I don't have my notes in front of me. But I don't think you could go wrong, but my preference is the kid from BYU.
Yeah. If they end up with the worst record, then you can pick no higher than 5th. And right now, you just look at like a mock draft here. We'll get back to the cards in a minute here, but this all relates to, these guys are going to be, their rookie cards will be sought after next year. Right now, according to Tankathon, it's Darren Peterson 1, Cam Boozer 2, DeBonsa 3rd, Caleb Wilson 4th, Kingston Fleming 5th, Nate Amen from Tennessee 6th. So, yeah, you'd love the first pick. You'd love top 3. But if you're in the top 5, there's a really good chance you're guaranteed of getting a really good player. So that's a big part of the Kings' strategy right now going forward.
Let's see what that looks like. So if the Kings are in the bottom 3, that would mean if 3 teams above the Kings went into the bottom 3, or the top 3, that means that the Kings, at worst case scenario, would be somewhere around 6, right? Worst. All the stars did not align. It was a cosmic clash. You're going to end up with the 6th pick. I think, strangely enough, it's a 5-player draft. Knowing the Kings' luck, they might be a number 6 in a 5-player draft. But I don't even know what to say. At this point, the season has been one of those that you just smile and shake your head, and you just kind of grin and bear it. So let's just see what happens. I mean, the fact that they were competitive the other night against the Sixers, it was a fun game to watch. Mm-hmm. Those are the games I'm okay with. You know, they're having a good time, and they're trying hard, and they're playing well, and they just lose. Okay. A secondary win for us is a loss that's close. And then you get blown out the next night. Not fun. So,
yeah. We will know
the losses
more.
Are mounting.
Yeah, we'll know more very soon here. The trade deadline is in 5 days, 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 39 seconds. So we're hopefully going to know more then. And we need to know more about you and why you're flying out of town on Monday. Where is Emron going now? Fairfield, and then where are you headed on Monday? You're all over the place.
I'm all over the place, just like this show. If you think about, if you follow us on Instagram, a lot of you do, and I appreciate that. True Sports Cards, I post a lot of things that I end up doing or putting together, and we're submitting some really big cards. They look like they're going to grade pretty highly. 1953 tops,
Ooh.
Mickey Mantles. I have 2 of them that's going with me. Some other high-level expensive cards. So I do not like to put them in the mail. So if you have high-dollar cards that you have interest in grading, as long as you pay for my flight, it's going to be part of my service. So I have this really great customer who brought in an insane amount of vintage cards, really high-level, high-grade cards potentially. And he's like, please don't put them in the mail, which, we normally overnight them to PSA. So I said, if you pay for my flight, I'll handcuff it to my body and I'll make sure that I take it myself. And we're doing that. So it's pretty exciting to be able to provide that. And so I'm flying down to PSA to drop that off.
All right. Yeah. You go down there regularly, don't you? Every so often you head down there.
I won't disclose how often, but enough. Mm-hmm. Yeah, enough. So I enjoy going down there and seeing some of the people. So, yep. I know we have a caller. Let's jump on with the caller.
All right. Dwayne, 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. If you want to participate today in the True Sports Card Show like Dwayne does. What's on your mind, Dwayne? How are you?
Well, hey, I was down at Total Sports Cards yesterday. Bought a box of 90-91 Upper Deck French hockey.
Dwayne, I'm going to stop.
Great stuff, man.
You said Total
Great
Sports Cards.
stuff.
You mean True?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, you meant my store. Okay.
I'm driving and looking at,
Yeah.
protesters. So
Okay.
my mind's not all here.
No problem. We're True Sports Cards.
Your
True
guy,
Sports Card Show.
you guys treated me real well. They're great kids there. So
I love it. Yep, they're awesome. The
and
staff is
I ended up getting 3 Yoggers out of the box, so it was a win.
All right. Thank you, Dwayne. Yeah.
That 1991 Pro Set and Upper Deck stuff is fun, and it's cheap. I think it was less than $40 for a box of 36 packs. So you gotta love that. Roscoe in the YouTube chat there says he also loves Total Wine and sports cards too. You know what's funny, Roscoe? When there's some people that come in and then they show me their cards and they think that it's worth something, and I see wine at True Sports Cards as well, as in they're whining about how valuable their cards are or not valuable. You like that? That's that's a play on words, Whitey.
Why did
Pretty
you
good.
choose True Sports Cards as the name of the show? There's a story we haven't talked about.
The name True Sports Cards came from a business that I started called True Autographs, and that's kind of the
Gotcha.
origin story of where it came from, True Autographs. And I don't even really remember what it was, but it was like something that was available via the website domain.
Oh, all right.
True
Okay.
Autographs. So I guess I just took whatever was available at the time.
Yeah.
And then I paid a designer to create our logo, and it's become, I'd like to think of an iconic logo to where people
I
can
thought
see
so,
us
but
from
now,
afar
you know,
and
Dwayne
it.
doesn't even know the name of the store. So,
Hey, you know what? and Dwayne can come to whatever sports card name he wants to call it, as long as it's that 6661 Stanford Ranch there in Rockland. He can call it whatever he wants. Dwayne, we love you. We love your customer base coming in and spending money. We love that you were taken care of by the team. So if you came in there, you probably dealt with AJ or Donovan because they work 5 to 7 days a week. The other day it's going to be DJ and me. So you probably didn't get the greatest customer service from me. It's my head. I'm running around with my head cut off. But often on Sundays, that's our buying day. We buy every day, but the buying day when I'm there is going to be Sundays, except for tomorrow. But yeah, come on in, bring in what you got. We definitely need cards because we are not a museum. We sell cards.
here's something that I don't believe you have at True Sports Cards, at least not yet. It's a brand new form of sports collectible, and I want to see if this would appeal to him. This is something from a company called The Realist, and what they have is they have album covers of players, and sometimes they're parodies of existing albums, but like a Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge. It's a full-size album cover, beautiful art, and then there's actually a vinyl disc inside with a label. You cannot play the disc, but it's kind of like an art form. And this company, The Realist, recently closed $12 million in Series A funding to expand its authentication technology and relationships across sports, music, and film. So it's brand new. The Athletic has a story about it. They have a picture here of a Kike Hernandez album cover. I'm just wondering, Emron, what you think of that. And Anthony, you being younger, this is probably aimed more at your demo. What is this something that intrigues you? Would you get this, or are you like, I'm out?
I mean,
Let's start with it, Anthony. Just a record. What a record is, Anthony. it's a thing that holds music that you have to put on what's called a record player.
oh wow, you don't just. It's not like a USB. That's even old. I don't even. It's a dude. I think it'd be cool if the record was playable. I think it's weird that it's not playable. So it's just a piece of plastic and with like fake grooves in it.
Yes, it is. According to this story, you can't actually play it. It looks just like, if you saw it, you'd say, oh, that's an LP. I have a picture of the Shohei Ohtani one, and then the label is the Shohei Ohtani artwork, but you cannot actually play the record.
That feels odd.
You guys are at the studio, and in the hallways there's lots of those platinum records were sold, or
Those
gold
are
records.
playable.
No way.
Yeah, those are playable.
Are they?
They have grooves.
That doesn't mean that there's music on it.
Right. Like
Break one.
these have grooves, but there's
break
nothing.
one down.
There's
break
nothing.
One, break one out of the case and get that played. I'm also curious when somebody wins like a platinum recording artist and they have that record. Does that one play music?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure.
I think these like commercially produced stuff. To me, they're like the Highland Mint plates of Mickey Mantle that were sold in the 1990s. Just these fringe things that people find kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
If the end consumer likes it, congratulations. Do I see it being valuable? Not for me. It's not something I'm going to be living and dying over. It's not.
Yeah. It's just, to me, it just caught my eye because it is unique, for better or worse. The guy who is the mastermind says vinyl has this massive comeback right now. Half the people buying records don't even own a record player. He says these are baseball cards for music fans. They buy vinyl for the same reason collectors chase parallels or rare inserts. It's art, it's identity, it's displayable, it's a flex. So instead of making more trading cards, we flipped the format and turned them into albums, end quote. I'm with you, Emron. I look at this and go, I don't think that's going to fly, but I'll be interested to see if it catches on.
I mean, think about this, right? In the genre of sports cards, just having oversized cards is annoying to both the collector and the investor. If there's something that's bigger than 3x4, right? They're like, I don't like carrying my case.
If it played highlights, that'd be so cool, though.
Then you got licensing issues, and I'm sure that's why it's just cost prohibitive. But you're right.
But you think about this. Just a few years back, we had the NBA had their what do you call it? Highlights they would sell like a.
Are you talking about the
NFTs?
Yeah.
And people didn't even like those. I mean, they crashed and burned after they had
Top Shot, right? Weren't those Top Shot?
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy that.
Mm-hmm.
Of course you wouldn't, right? But that doesn't take any storage. And here you are, like, I'm just gonna haul these albums around. You look like an old DJ with your crate of records, going, "Hey, does anybody want any of these records?"
My Sony Soundburger that I'm playing at the park. We had a caller ask a question. They want to take it off air.
Yes.
Do you know, this is going to be a little bit of a test for you, Imran. Do you know the price of a Ken Griffey Jr. Icon card from the Topps Chrome Select 2024 pack? Do you know the general price range of that? And they're listening on it right now.
So the word was Icon. You said Topps Chrome, and then you said
Select.
Select. Those are two.
They're two separate things.
Companies. Well, Panini makes Select, and Topps Chrome is made by Topps. So
let's do
no
both.
Such. Okay, we'll just make up an item.
Yeah, do something else.
And you said it's Griffey, right? That's the.
Yeah.
Did you say what year?
2024.
Oh, so it's somewhat new.
Yeah, it's a newer card.
So I'm looking at card letters we speak right now, and there's no such thing called Topps Chrome Icon. What I did, there's something called Diamond Icon. And I don't know the context of the card, but that's what I can find based on what I just heard you say. So if it's wrong, I apologize, but that's what I have in front of me with the information that was given.
Mini CD RAMs in there. Have you ever seen those? Speaking of audio collectibles, mini CD RAMs football cards. I haven't seen that. I don't know if that's RAM or if it's the football
CD-ROM.
Yeah.
All right. So to answer your first question, yes, there are pickleball cards. Wild Card makes them. Yep, 2025. There's you're looking for Anna Leanne Walters is who you're looking for. The pickleball per one of one went for $325 on October 29th, 2025.
How come? No disrespect, but how come? Is she the best player, or she's popular?
She's
obviously,
one of the best player in the world.
Okay,
yeah.
all right. I just didn't know. I didn't know.
Yeah. What kind of card part are you if you don't know who Anna Lee Walters is? What do you call it? Doubles player with a male-female doubles team, and he keeps winning awards. So, yes, pickleball does have it. And, in fact, these fringe companies, or fringe sports, have a incredibly loyal following, even if it's small. As an example, one of the hottest cards that kind of crosses over to even the guys that like the main three sports is Peter Weber, the bowler, who, wears the sunglasses, and he's out there and he's screaming and yelling. If you've ever seen him, he has this card with Leaf where he puts his very famous quote, which makes no sense, but he screamed it in the middle of us winning a tournament. He yelled, do you know who I am? Who do you think you are? I am, is what he says. And it's like, what? Okay, if that's the quote that you're using. But, yeah, Leaf signed him for something of an autograph. And
in just a few minutes. Imran, we're going to need you, since you're at Starbucks in Fairfield. We're going to need you. The Weber thing, we couldn't hear you. We're going to need you to yell it out in the store what it is that he inscribes on his cards. Right, Anthony? Don't you think we need to hear that? We need to hear.
Of course.
Yeah, we're going to need you to yell that out, Imran.
Yeah, no problem. You want me to do it right now?
Yeah.
Hey, everybody! Who do you think you are? I am!
There you go. Okay.
Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. I had to do it. I'm on the radio. People have asked me to do that. So.
Well done.
And that was fun. Last thing I was going to say regarding that is I know that we're up against clock. And by the way, if you guys haven't listened to that travel show, it's very good. Go, excuse me, to try to get my bag. So drop it in the front of the overhead compartment, so that way you're walking towards it rather than having to double back to go backwards. I should know that by now, but
No worries.
Do you have any interest in doing a shift or two with us as a true sports card employee for the day? Because people there at the shop, they take pictures with you. They do all the things they ask you. So I was just curious if you were able to do that maybe once a month. I would love to have you do that.
I don't know if you guys could afford me. It's, I mean,
I have unlimited Top Allen and Ginter blaster boxes for you.
Well, now you're talking. I mean, we can certainly consider that. I'm flattered. Yeah, I always have a lot of fun at the store, and it's great. I can't tell you how much fun it is to have people coming by. And somebody here, Roscoe, I think, is it Roscoe, said, "Yeah, I was in last week." Meant why do people come up say, "Oh, I listened to the show. It's great. I really appreciate it." Thank you, Emran.
Yeah, it's great. We'll see you at the Fairfield Card Show today and tomorrow. Otherwise, we'll see you back in the shop. Go visit the Fairfield Card Show today and tomorrow. Otherwise, we'll see you back in the shop. Go visit AJ and Donovan, and they're ready to rock and help you guys out.
Thank you, Emran. We'll see you at the True Sports Card store, and we'll talk to you next week. True Sports Card Show. Travel Guys coming up.
Card store.
KHD 1 sec.
Following program is brought to you by Sports Leisure Vacations.